So today we're gonna discuss about evaluating a function. So that is under first quarter, module 1B. The key concept of evaluating a function is replace or substitute its variable to a given number or expression. Denote that we are evaluating function at a for some a in the domain of f. So we write f of a. Sometimes or most of the time, mas ginagamit yung letter x as a variable. So mas makikita nyo sa books is may mga f of x, no? Madalas siyang ginagamit. So let's try to evaluate some functions. At ang gagamitin natin ay yung mismong given dun sa module 1B. So let's have number 1. F of x is equals to 3x plus 1 at x is equals to 2. So ang sabi, replace x by 2. So just substitute the value of x na meron ka. So instead of writing f of x, now we're going to write this as f of 2 is equals to 3 times 2 plus 1. So as you can see, all x in our function is replaced by the value of 2. Then after that, use the PEMDAS rule in evaluate or simplifying this function. So we have f of 2 is equals to 3 times 2. You have 6 plus 1. You have 7. So therefore, if you have a value of 2 for x, you have 7 as value of y. So you have x equals to 2 and then you have y equals to 7, or your function also 7. So in ordered pair, you have 2 and 7. Okay, so that's it. So in example number 2, we have h of x is equals to square root of x plus 1 at x equals to 4. So again, just replace your x by 4. Instead of h of x, it would be h of 4 equals to square root of x, which is 4 plus 1. So that would be square root of 5. So take note, you cannot simplify square root of 5 since 5 is not a perfect square. But if it's a perfect square, you can get the square root of it. But this time, this is not a perfect square number. This is a prime number. No, so this time, yan na yung pinaka sagot natin. Okay? So, let's try some value of x. Let's say we have x is equals to 3. Then let's use the same function, h of x equals square root of x plus 1. And then let's see what happened. So, just replace x by 3. So we have h of 3 is equals to the square root of 3 plus 1. So you have square root of 4. So you have positive and negative 2 as h of 3. Okay, so another example, let's say we have if x equals to 19. No, let us use the same function. We have h of x, but instead of x, we have h of 19. It's equals to square root of 19 plus 1. So you have square root of 20. So 20 is not perfect square, but we can factor this by 4 times 5. Why is it 4 times 5? Because 4 is a perfect square. So you think a number that has a factor of a perfect square para ma-simplify natin siya. So the correct factor for this, we have square root of 4 times 5. So 4 is a perfect square number. So pwede mong mailabas siya dun sa radical symbol. So this would be h sub 19 will be 2 square root of 5. Okay, so from square root of 4, which is 2, so nailabas mo na siya, so the answer will be 2 square root of 5. So here, if you are going to put this one into table of values, so you have here the values of x, and then here is the each of x, the output when you have your x value. So let's have number 3. So number 3 we have 2. Okay, if x equals to 4, we have square root of 5. If x equals to 19, we have 2 square root of 5. So if you're going to write down your answer in a table of values, so ganyan yung itsura niya. Okay? In number 3, the given is r sub x is equals to 3x plus 1 over x minus 1 at x is equals to 5. Okay? So here we have an example of a rational function because the function is written in a fraction form, or a over b. So this is an example of rational function. Again, just replace x by 5 and then simplify. So you have r of 5 is equals to 3 times 5 plus 1 over 5 minus 1, and then perform the operation using PEMDAS. So you have 3 times 5 is 15 plus 1. 15 minus 1, you have 4. You have 16 over 4. You have 4. So if x equals to 5 in this function, your y would be equals to 4. The ordered pair would be 5, 4. Example number 4. Okay, so we have f of x is equals to the absolute value of x minus 4 at x is equals to 1. Okay, so absolute value function is a kind of function wherein all negative numbers inside of absolute value will turn into positive number. Okay, so let's try this one. So we have to replace x equals to 1. So we have f of 1 equals the absolute of 1 minus 4. Okay, so let's perform the operation. We have absolute value of 3. So again, as what I've said a while ago, any number that is inside the absolute value sign, it will turn into a positive number. So this would be a positive 3. So the ordered pair would be 1, 3. This is another question. So how about if you have absolute value of 8? So what's the answer? The absolute value of 8 is equals to 8. Okay, so it will not change it to opposite sign. The condition is when you have the absolute value, all the numbers must turn into positive numbers. So ibig sabihin, if it's a positive number, it will retain its value as a positive number. Number 5, we have g of x is equals to x squared minus 2x plus 2 at x equals to 2x plus 1. Okay, so here the difference between the example number 5 and the rest of the example kanina ay dito yung value ng x is not just a number but an expression. So yung expression is composed a numerical coefficient, variable, exponent, and sometimes may mga operations pa dito. So still, ganun pa rin yun naman yung gagawin nyo. Just have to replace the value of x, even it's a number or expression, dun sa function natin. So let's do it. So replace x by 2x plus 1. Okay, so instead of writing g of x, you have to write this one as g of 2x plus 1, since your x equals to 2x plus 1, and then substitute into your whole function. So you have x squared would be 2x plus 1 squared minus 2 times 2x plus 1 plus 2. Okay, so this one you can use the square of binomial or you can use the FOIL method. So pag FINOIL natin yan, expand natin siya. So you have 2x plus 1 times 2x plus 1. Pero if mas marunong kayong gumamit ng square of binomial, mas mabilis yon. Then this one, perform this operation. This would be minus 4x minus 2 plus 2. Okay, and then perform the FOIL. The first is 4x squared. Outer, we have plus 2x. Inner, have 2x again. The last, 1 times 1 is 1. Plus 1 minus 4x. But this negative 2 plus 2 can be cancelled kasi negative 2 plus 2 is 0. So, no need to write na siya. Okay, and then, let's check kung merong mga like terms, no? So, meron tayong nakikitang like terms. Ito, at ito. So, if we're going to combine those, 4x, 2x plus 2x is 4x. Minus 4x, so 0 na siya. So, ang matitira na lang, ito. 4x squared plus 1. So, therefore, if you have g of x equals to x squared minus 2x plus 2, and x is equals to 2x plus 1, the function will be 4x squared plus 1. Okay? So, I hope naintindihan niyo yung lesson ngayong umaga. At huwag niyong kalimutang sagutan yung mga activity na binigay ko dun sa messenger. At syempre, huwag niyong kalimutang mag-like at mag-subscribe. So, thank you so much. Have a nice day.